Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And welcome back to Nick Month 2. This time it's personal. Yes. And today we're talking about the 2016 television film Rufus. Yes. And I don't mean that if you watch Henry Danger, you know the episode where Henry and Captain Man or Ray, they disguise themselves as German filmmakers to figure out how Debbie fell off the roof. And so they say, "Where were you when Debbie fell off the Rufus?" So it's not that Rufus, but this Rufus. The plot is that a strange amulet winds up in the hands of a kid and his dog. It gets around the dog's neck and turns him human. That's plot. There's also someone who's out to get said amulet. There's really not a lot of plot to this. It's only 42 minutes long without commercials. There's really not a lot of plot to this. I think there's more plot in the second one, but like this one, it's basically bad guy is after the amulet, and the guy that has it throws it down the chute. It floats off. Dog finds it, eventually puts it on. Boy takes dog to school, gets jealous of dog because dog gets popular, but it's all a misunderstanding. Then bad guy set trap for dog, but with boy, so dog and girl have to go save boy. The end. That is basically the plot line, the plot points throughout this. It's really not a lot if you think about it. Right? So, the cast of this is like a who's who of 2010s kid actors. You have Davis Cleveland, you may know from Shake It Up. He was the little brother on Shake It Up. Haley Tiju, who at the time was on Bella and the Bulldogs, or was going to be on Bella and the Bulldogs. And of course, Jace Norman, who was on Henry Danger at the time. So they're taking that Disney formula of using their stars and putting them in their TV movies. So, yeah. And I also got confused because Haley Tiju, I thought she was also on the Scream TV series, and I know she did that summer series. But it turns out that was her sister. And I did not know that. They look similar. So I thought it was the same person. No, she's on Bella and the Bulldogs. She's on at the same time. Yeah. So we start off with Chang here. He has the amulet and he's running from this guy known as Mr. Black, this British Bond-like villain that is chasing after this guy, and he wants the amulet. So Chang drops it down the sewage thing, and it winds up in the house of Manny Garcia, who is our main character, played by Davis Cleveland, who finds it, and it ends up around the neck of the dog, and it turns him human. And the whole thing with Manny is that he's new. They moved from Texas, and they're now in, I don't know where. I guess I didn't. Rufus. The Rufus? Or they're making Rufus 3. Full casting. Crew. Go to IMDb here. Click. This is Rufus. Doesn't even have an apartment. But, when you're new in school, when you're a new kid in school, even if you're not from another town, it's kind of hard to adjust. So, the first person he meets is this, the hell's her damn name? Paige. Paige, who is like a school reporter. That feels like a trope. Like the trope of, oh, your best friend is a reporter or wants to do something like that. And I think I started with Smallville because of Chloe, but like, it just feels like there's something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe not reporter, but they're something. I'm about to say there's no guy friend character, but I guess Rufus fills that in. But yeah, and he didn't have a very good day fitting in, and then they find that amulet. And yes, now he's got a friend to go to school with him, despite the fact that you can't just walk into school and say I'm new here. There have to be files and stuff, man. They have files, permanent records, and all that stuff. You can't just. It doesn't work like that. But this is a movie, and I want to point out early Jace Norman acting, not the best. A lot of the stuff he seemed to be going. I'm gonna go a little over the top with everything, which is what he does here. Like, it worked in Splitting Atom because he was playing a bunch of different characters, but here, yes, he's playing a dog, which, by the way, the biological inconsistencies with this. How old is this dog? Right? 2 years, so he's 14. Makes sense. Sure, if the dog is 2 years old, then turning into a 14-year-old boy, fine. But they made a sequel. Came out like a year later, and dogs age 7 years at a time. So you would then be 21, not 14. Not still a kid. Not just a little bit older kid, but the same. No, it would be like they should have made the sequel to that now. You know? I'm just saying. Although he's 25 now, but close to it. Close enough, right? But yeah, so now Rufus is becoming very popular, and so now Manny is getting jealous of Rufus. And he gets to the point that there's going to be this dance, and he wants to ask Paige, because that's the only girl that he knows, really. There's no popular girl stereotype of it. There is, but it's not like, oh, I have a crush on a popular girl, and I want to get with her. No, it's really just Paige, I guess. But, yeah. There's some shenanigans, like he's freaking out because of a ball. Oh, he's got a ball! He's got a ball! That sort of thing. And his acting does work, but I always found when he was younger, his acting was a little bit weird. It got better as he went on, but he just went for goofy over the top, which I guess is what, if that's what they wanted, sure. But Mr. Black is trying to track down this amulet. Somehow he tracks it down to them, I guess. I don't know. And it's time for the dance, but Manny gets very jealous because he thinks that Rufus is going there with Paige, and that they've been elected the king and queen or whatever. So he takes off. But he didn't take off. He gets mad at Rufus, so Rufus takes off. And then it's revealed that Rufus actually was helping, because we see these scenes where it looks like, hey, vote for the big dog and all that stuff. And it's one of those cases where we go back and flash back to it, and it's like something was slightly off scene, kind of like a Saw sort of situation where it's like, over the big dog, and this is where he left, but actually if you stayed longer, and the big dog is my boy Manny. It's just like, oh, if you would stay a little bit longer, you would have known what was actually going on. So now, even though he and Paige win, he now feels bad. He now feels bad is what I said. He now feels bad, so he chases after him, and he hears the dog howling, but comes across Mr. Black and his henchmen, so they take him hostage, and so that they can use him as bait to get Rufus there, because they somehow know the dog has it. I guess they were spying on him. I guess is obvious thing. Meanwhile, the parents decide that they can't find the dog anywhere. So turns out they have a tracking device in him. So they're tracking down the dog, and I gotta sympathize with these parents. Like, oh, he's at the school. Why is he at the school? And then like they leads them to this abandoned warehouse, and they're so confused when they get there. But yeah, so Rufus and Paige sneak in to help him, and the plan works, sort of, but then the guy's got like a tranquilizer dart, and I'm just like, they make it seem like if you get hit with this, you will die, which it's a tranquilizer dart. You're just gonna go sleep. It's not like, right? And they really play this up because, like, who is it going to be? Any, mini, miny, the boy. And so he goes to shoot him. Rufus jumps in the way, and they right back. The cops show up, but Mr. Black was able to escape. We'll get to that in a minute. The debris hit. Oh no, he's Rufus, and then they see that the tranquilizer dart hit the talisman, the amulet, and that's why he deactivated and turned back into a dog. And it's like, he's like, "Oh, you're fine. Quit crying, yeah, baby." I'm like, "Yeah, but why was he acting like he was hurt if he wasn't hurt?" That always messes me up in movies. Like, I've been shot. No, you're fine. Oh. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's like a phantom feeling or something. I've never gotten that in movies where it's like, oh, I've been hit. It's like, what's a good example of this? The newest the 60s Doctor Who special with Donna, where she dies, and then they're all like, something happens, like, what? And she's like, what? I'm like, wait, if you didn't die, then why did you? I don't get that. It's one of those things. But he's fine, and he's just a dog now. But we see who Mr. Black reports to. So throughout the movie, earlier on in the movie, as I guess I should say, Rufus says that squirrels are evil. And you have no idea how evil squirrels can be. And he just goes on a little bit, and he hates the squirrels. He also hates cats, but squirrels most of all. It turns out that it was a squirrel who sent Mr. Black to get the amulet. I'm assuming he wants to be human, I guess. But, yes, and this squirrel will be the villain of the second one. Remember I watching this with my son and just going, oh, of course, it's a squirrel. Of course. They had to play that up. Yeah, of course it's a squirrel. Yeah, but everything's going to be fine. It looks like the amulet might work a little bit, but not completely. But, yeah, we'll see where that goes in the sequel. So, yeah, this was nice. It went really quick. Like, really quick. And then you see me how I went to the plot. Like, the most radical thing that happens is the ending with the kidnapping and everything. There's not a lot. It felt like maybe you could have fleshed out a little bit, put an extra half hour in there. But it's 42 minutes, and it's not that long. It's really not that long. It was super quick, especially with no commercials and some ads sprinkled in there. Sometimes with Paramount Plus, you just get an ad at the beginning when you watch some movies, and that's it. You get more ads in the TV episodes than you do in the movies, which is weird. But, yeah, this is interesting to go back and watch. So I'm watching through these. I think we only watched these one time. Maybe we watched them more. I don't know, but it's fun to go back. But what are your thoughts on Rufus? Leave a comment, so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.